Hi everyone, my name is Gabi Balayla and this is me. A little bit about me, I was born and raised in Caracas, Venezuela. I am a public relations major and my concentration is in theater and dance. I play the transversal flute. I am an intern at BCW Global, which is a PR agency, and I love everything that has to do with music. For the What is your intercultural communication competence assessment, I put into perspective how much I know or don't know about interacting with different cultures. I realize that most of the times when I interact with others from different cultures, I focus on learning rather than showing what I know about them. I enjoy asking questions about their cultures and traditions, and every time I speak with someone who comes from a different background, I keep learning more and more. Then, as I gain more knowledge about the different cultures, I keep an eye out to always be respectful and consider those things they might do differently. Then, yes, I change my behavior, maybe just slightly, when a cross cultural interaction requires it. For the empathy quotient assessment, I was sure of what my answers were going to be before I even started the assignment. Something I strongly know about myself is that I always feel for others. When someone is having a hard time, I feel it for them. Sometimes I may even cry for them. The way I think about it is that everyone has their own way of coping with their feelings, and whether I find them silly or not, it is simply not my place to judge. The same thing happens with their happiness. When someone is happy, that vibe instantly reaches my heart and changes my mood. There is nothing more exciting than a positive environment, and it is even better when the person who is excited about something is someone who means a lot to you. For this assessment, I had a lot of mixed feelings, mainly because I have mixed feelings with social media overall. I have a hard time deciding whether social media is good or bad for us, and to what extent it is healthy. Like I mentioned before on many of my discussion posts and assignments, some people don't feel as comfortable being themselves in person as they are in social media. This is something I can respect because it is a way to express themselves and be heard. Yet, social media has created a standard, an expectation coming from society that you have to rise up to. If you don't wear the latest things and travel the world and take amazing pictures looking like a model, then you are not influential. This sucks. But at the same time, I believe younger societies are changing this expectation and becoming more transparent. Every day, I see more and more people realizing that they don't want to be what others expect them to be on social media. They are on a path to being themselves, and not just on social media, but everywhere. The worst part is that social media is unstoppable. In fact, it is the future. I wish there were more ways to control the way we communicate through the internet, making us enjoy other things in life that go beyond a cell phone. And this is a subject that I see as controversial, and I have lots to say about it. But when it comes to my own personal use of it, I only use it to catch up with the ones I love and learn about things that go on in our world. And I think we should all practice that because it is a healthy way of using the technology that won't ever go away. In fact, it will only continue to evolve. When I was little, I had a very, very hard time understanding other people's feelings. I remember being 14 years old and sitting with my therapist emphasizing how much I hate injustice. I hate when people are not fair. But after years of hard emotional work, I realized that what is unfair to me might not be unfair to others, and I simply cannot change that. I remember how hard that used to be and how hard it used to hit me. I was so angry at the world for not considering my feelings. I honestly couldn't control my emotions. Today, I try to analyze the way I feel before I react in any way. I like to know why I feel what I feel and how others may feel about it. People's opinions are always valid, and mine are too. This assessment was a realization moment for me. I realized how much I've grown in this sense. I am proud to be sensitive, to focus on others before I focus on my point of view, and I focus to better understand them. And after all these years, my own problems turned into a solution. They led me to choose communications as my major, and now I work hard every day to help bring a message across in the best way possible. Nonverbal immediacy behaviors are very comfortable for me. Like I have mentioned in the past, since I am Hispanic, I am not good with keeping a distance and I am a fan of touching, meaning I love to hug people and I don't create a bubble within my space. But it is something I like to notice with others. I notice these things because even though I do not mind when people get respectfully close to me or touch me, I like to be respectful to those who do keep their bubble and distance. I don't really pay attention when people touch me or get close to me in a respectful way, of course, because it is part of my culture. So I honestly don't mind when people hug me or kiss me on the cheek. I love it because it shows affection. This assessment taught me that I am comfortable with most forms of nonverbal communication and that I use them a lot when interacting with others. Now, going over the 5 concepts that I would like to reflect on for this project, the first one is how disconfirming communication, like interrupting and irrelevant responses, can create an unsupportive environment. Also, how nonverbal communication can speak for itself, even if our words don't say the same. How the use of social media affects the way we think about ourselves and what we communicate to others, like I've mentioned in the previous slide. Also, the importance of face to face and handwritten communication, and how paraphrasing can lead to better understanding of a person's feelings or point of view. This is something that we learned in one of our assignments. Now, I'd like to share with you the 6 ideas that I would like to work on from now on. The first one is to use my words carefully when responding to others to try to understand them better instead of using language that may appear as judging. Also, the understanding of gender and how the differences between the two affect the way we communicate. To think more about my facial expressions, posture, and all forms of nonverbal communication that I typically use and may mislead a conversation, and try to correct them as well. How the different parts of mine and others' self-disclosure can help me understand myself and those whom I like to communicate with. For example, the Johari window assignment, which helped me a lot to know my way of communicating. To use stereotypes as tools to better communicate and to learn how to use them properly, and to expand my knowledge and understanding of different cultures to better interact with others in the future. This is all for my project. I want to thank you all for listening, and well, this is me.